video on YouTube, and that should work, and that's what I've been trying to explain. All right, let's see if that works.
That's
Let's see if that works. Okay.
alrighty, Eddie. Now we're live.
All right. Hand me. I think YouTube. I would need that.
I gave.
All right. Just go back and. Hey everyone. Sorry about the technical errors. We're still discussing this. We started talking about Baldur's Gate 3, and we recorded 15 minutes of a discussion, and the sound was just not there. Don't know what the problem was, but we're back. We're a little frustrated, but we are here. Yeah. So just gonna get my laptop back up here. Just talk about mention what you were talking about before, okay?
Now, what I was talking about before was how I don't accept a wizard did it as an explanation as to why a Karlach has things that she can touch that don't burst into flames. Yet when she touches people, she burns them. It doesn't make sense to me. I can usually accept the old wizard did it trope as a hand wave for minor little things that don't really matter overall. But this is a pretty big part of Karlach's character. We're talking about an infernal demonic engine placed in her by a higher power, and the heat of that engine itself burns hotter than the fires of hell. So the explanation that it was just a simple little spell put on her is not going to properly explain that. It's just not. It's like it'd be like trying to. It'd be like trying to tell a kid when they ask an adult a question about something that's really important, and they'll wonder why something is the way it is, and they'll say, well, it's just because. A child will not accept that as an explanation, and people will think that that's just a child being childish, but really, it's them being logical, because no person should be expected to expect that as an explanation. And we should not be expected to accept a wizard did it as an explanation for this. Like I said, I love Karlach. I'm glad we have her. And I'm glad she is able to touch certain things like her weapon and her clothes and, of course, her teddy bear Clive without them being reduced to cinders. But I just don't understand why. You'd think it would take more than a simple spell to do that, because if a simple spell can help her touch inanimate objects, you think it would touch people too.
Yeah, you think it would. It's just. I
mean,
I argue that my headcanon is that Gale or another wizard, potentially Elminster, gifted her Clive, or someone could have. And that way she had someone to cuddle when she was lonely. Because I understand the whole, come on brain power, summon that. Like I just started saying something and my brain just forgot. Maybe they just felt bad that poor Karlach didn't have someone, so somebody put a spell on it to where she could actually cuddle Clive. And maybe it only works for inanimate objects.
All I'm saying is that still feels like a bit of a cheat. To avoid a proper explanation. And just, maybe not, just add a little bit more explanation to it is all I'm saying. Not everything needs to be spelled out, but completely. But beyond just a wizard did it wouldn't leave such a dissatisfied taste in
Have
my
you seen the
mouth.
magic in D&D? You've watched the 99. You've watched Vox Machina. You've seen me play Baldur's Gate enough to where you know magic's pretty OP in the world of D&D.
I know, but but the fact of how powerful this engine is it shouldn't be possible for just a simple spell to do that. That. If that were the case, then Karlak should just get a wizard to make it so that she can touch anything without burning it. By that logic.
And ruin the plot.
You gotta use that line from Ed and Eddie, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I love arguing with you. You're my brother, and I love arguing with you.
It seems like it's one of those examples where you could avoid an entire plot just by doing something, doing a certain something. Like, just have a wizard make it so that she doesn't burn everything. If it's that simple, why not just do that? The more you get into this, the more you realize that the plot may not exactly make a lot of sense if it's that simple. Which is why I argue it's not that simple, meaning that ending that explanation makes no sense. If it were that simple, that a wizard could just do that, by that logic, a wizard could simply make it so that she doesn't burn anything that she touches.
Trust me, I know.
So your argument doesn't hold water, sis. How does it feel to be getting your own theory? I've sunk your battleship.
And you're gonna get a critical fail in a minute if you keep that shit up.
You wanted to talk about this.
I know.
So don't expect me not to poke hole in your logic when it comes to this theory.
Sariel, who cursed her with this stupid engine for a heart thing that hurts our poor sweet baby, is like I said, fallen angel. Probably put some type of power on it to where it can heat up and or be restrained as she needs. I think, the ability to eat food, drink, do whatever else, except actually touch somebody else, is a curse for Karlak, her cross to bear. And Sariel enjoys her suffering. So that's what that is. That's why they do it. So later on, when Karlak can actually touch someone, and she just serves all the love and support that she needs, it's better than dumping water on her. Like when you actually romance her in the camp, you dump water on her, and then you can actually touch her for a little bit, and without singeing your lips off, because a lot of people have tried that, and a lot of people have gotten burned. Pun intended. And so,
I don't think it's really a pun. You literally got burned.
Yeah, I know. I'm awful. I'm sorry for that. But at the end of the day, we know that Karlak can be saved if she goes back to Avernus, finds somebody to work on the engine, and then comes back at the end of the game for the little epilogue thing they did at the camp.
Yes, I know. The engine, the epilogue, the merriment, the peanut, the Patrick.
You really throw in SpongeBob.
You threw in a reference to that.
I opened a can of worms. I know what I did. You know what you did. I know what I did. We all know what we did.
And got you.
Don't.
Yeah. That one's bitter.
That one's an older reference.
Not exactly an esoteric reference.
It most certainly is not.
But I got a feeling most people who see this probably aren't going to immediately recognize that reference.
I know. And right now, all we're doing...
Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith. Yes, we know. Don Knotts. I I never thought I would see the day where we discuss Baldur's Gate 3 and the Andy Griffith Show in the same breath, but here it is. And there are so many memes. It's like, watch out! There's demons coming. You can see Andy Griffith doing that. He's hiding in the bush. Oh, this has gotten stupid. I don't know.
Well, in any case, it really doesn't make sense.
Well, silly, not stupid, but.
And the whole and the more and more you think about it, the more and more it's you realize just how illogical it is. And yes, I recognize we're talking about a fantasy world, filled with wizards and dragons and demons and all sorts of monsters and all that type of thing. I know that. But you gotta make sure the story at least makes some sense.
I know, and yeah, it does. I feel like there's a lack of connection for what happened before. Maybe there's a mod that will give us a little bit of hindsight into why she can actually hug the bear. I don't know. I mean, that would be a nice little story if someone were to do a short story about that. Maybe that's something they'll touch on in the live action series that they're doing.
Maybe Clive is secretly an angel in the form of a teddy bear who is supposed to watch over Karlach like her guardian angel and make sure she's safe.
Maybe that's it.
Wait, did I actually give a theory that doesn't immediately get shot down?
Wait, back up. So Clive is actually an angel that watches over Karlach when she's needs it.
I mean, a fallen angel put the engine in there. Would it make sense that that the sole being she can touch without burning, ending to a crisp, be an angel himself?
So we think that the teddy bear. That's where we've landed. So the teddy bear that Karlach has in camp, Clive, is secretly an angel that watches over. Is that what we're guessing? Because you would not accept magicked away, but you'll accept a larger theory. Maybe it's just a teddy bear that has something on in it that she got from somebody.
So a wizard did it as a silly. Is an acceptable explanation? But a teddy bear being an angel is silly.
No.
We are discussing a magical world filled with wizards, dragons, demons, fallen angels, monsters, sexy vampires,
yeah, a star aim, we know.
and gnomes that get flung off.
We're not going to talk about accidentally flinging the gnome. I feel bad about that.
The point is,
I clicked the wrong buttons for the poor gnome.
Yeah, what now?
It's like, yeah, hell yeah, we're ready to go. So,
the point is, there are no silly theories.
I know.
Reese, I fail to see how my theory that Clive is secretly Karlach's guardian angel to look after, so she'll have someone to snuggle at night and tell all her worries and problems to, who is any more ridiculous than the simple, done-to-death hand wave of a wizard did it.
All right, here's my question. If it's an inanimate object, and it's only inanimate objects that this supposed spell or thing has, why can she actually pet Scratch?
I don't know. No. Zariel likes dogs?
Who doesn't like dogs? I mean,
I don't know.
Even if they don't want to keep them, who doesn't like dogs? Which is a separate issue, I know.
I don't know. Usually, lead to establish a villain's evilness, they have them be mean to animals.
Well, Dirge couldn't do. Every time I play as a Dirge, I fail. Unless it's the squirrel, and I don't have the talk to animals thing on there, then I hit the squirrel. But the rest of the time, I'm sweet to animals.
You hate squirrels.
Only after that one. We'll explain that in a separate podcast, okay? let's just say that something happened and it tried to get in the car when we were in it and jumped in and came after me.
It wanted your French fries.
It wanted the French fries. It tried to get my food. Jeez.
The point is, I feel like it's possible that Clive is a.
I want to be clear. I would never hurt an animal. I just don't want them in the house or something, like in the case of the squirrels.
I just feel like it's possible. Maybe Clive is a guardian angel. Angel.
It is a good theory. I don't deny that.
Anyone and watch
it could be
anyone who
leave
lives
their parents or something like.
In a comment section or anything thing. If you think it's possible Clive is secretly a guardian angel, raise your hand.
I think it's possible. Like so she's got the teddy bear. So let's say we fix the engine on this origin run. Let's say we do it, we fix it. I've got the load order almost completely ready. I just have to add a few armor mods, but the bare bones of it is done.
Who here thinks it is possible? Raise your hand.
I'm raising it. It's right here. So, you just... How long have we been doing it now?
I'm sorry, I'm scratching my head now.
Okay, anyway.
I know it would have been better if I'd been scratching my head when we were talking about the head scratchers.
Head scratchers, yeah.
But now it's itchy.
Well, yeah, okay, so we've been what's the time on that?
1640.
Okay, so we're doing about 20 minutes.
I haven't played the game, but I'll say it's possible. LOLZC.
All right. So we've got different discussions. There'll be different discussions as we play different games. Like he's going to do, we're going to do a live on Twitch some other time, not this evening, of Silk Song and other games like that. And we will also be discussing Dark Souls and how much I hate that stupid dragon on the bridge. We're talking about Dark Souls 1. I swear I've tried to run across that thing. I do remember, and I don't know if there was an update that changed this, but there is a way to go underneath and skip the dragon. It's a whole thing. But Dark Souls is we're not going to peek under that rock this evening. We're going to move that aside.
Hashtag Clive is an angel.
Clive is an angel. Who said that?
No, I'm saying it.
Oh, you're
hashtag Clive is an angel.
Hashtag Clive. Hashtag teddy bear angel.
Definitely. Hashtag Clive is a teddy bear angel.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it too, but it can be a little rage-inducing.
Infuriating.
Yeah, that's where Dark Souls is.
Hello, Franklin.
Kamari Franklin. Yeah. Hey, well, so we got a lot of people in here so far. But you want to go a little longer? Like 25 minutes or something? Like, if it's a really good discussion, and people interacting, I'll go a little longer.
Look, how do we not know Clive is not secretly an angel?
I'm not saying Clive isn't secretly an angel.
Look.
There we go. Hashtag Clive is an angel. We got it. So we've established that our headcanon theory is that the reason... So Karlach won't be lonely in Baldur's Gate 3. She has a secret guardian angel in the form of a teddy bear watching over her. So it might be an actual angel. I hope... I doubt they'll ever see this. But Larian, if you're watching, give us your thoughts!
Seeing Bloodborne.
I saw some of that... I'm trying to remember. I saw some of what you're doing over there. I can't remember. Is that the one that you're playing right now? I do check everybody's channels as much as I can, but with college, it's hard to keep track of everything, and I apologize. College has been hectic. In fact, I actually tripped and hurt my back today, so that's the reason we started a little late. That, and we had to find our tripod.
You'd think a tripod would stick out more.
I know.
Because it stands up. Because it's a tripod.
Really?
Is that not how tripods work?
That's how tripods work. Yes, I saw that. How do you say that? It's Kamari, right? It's Kamari. Like I saw that, and
Kamari Franklin. That's how I'm pronouncing it.
Thank you. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
So I ended my stream.
Okay, I post a lot in the community post. If anybody has like a new video, I'll go and watch your content later. But let's circle back to the Karlach Origin run. So we know who we're romancing. We're romancing Shadowheart. The vote ended. It was 10. There was 10 people who voted.
I was one of them.
You're one of them. And
Are you disappointed that that Astarion didn't win?
no, it's fair. It's like I've done a Shadowheart Astarion run. I've got the polyamorous mod. I could romance multiple ones. But some scenes are a little how they function. How they function. There's glitches.
I imagine there would be a few glitches there.
He thinks he's so funny. He thinks he's so funny. Ha 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 ha. There's a dry laugh. Like, that wasn't even a laugh. That was a screech. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I said it all right. But if you're fine with it, Kamari Franklin, glad to have you here. I didn't even see that. My bad. Okay, so circling back to, like, there have been a lot of glitches with the load orders in the past. And I'm glad that they did make it towards 100 mod limit, because before, when there was no limit, it would just run and crash and be a mess. And I think it would be that way for Skyrim too on the Xbox. Like, that's just, like, I know separate companies, separate games, but when you try to do like 100 or 150 mods, it gets crazy.
This is why I don't usually play video games with mods. I'm not saying they aren't good mods for those games, but the games I play specifically, I just am not going to be doing games with mods.
I think if you included like one or two, it would be fun. Like, for you would want like maybe 20 mods max, and that's it. But I know with Baldur's Gate 3, I'm at like 70 right now installed. I'm not doing the full 100. I think that would just be too hectic. I wanted to stop at 50, but there's patches and different things you need to do. Oh, no, we've got mods. He just doesn't want mods in his game because it's confusing.
No, they said no nods or mods, and then they correct themselves. Okay, that's a little funny.
Yeah, so if he plays a game, he wants to play without, because load orders crash, things get confusing. Me, I'm only modding on console. Well, if you have certain games do allow for it. Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, Skyrim, Fallout 4. There are games that do allow you to have it, but I don't think they'll ever, for whatever reason, I don't know if this is like a company decision why they don't allow mods in video games, but they could make a killing with that. I just worry about them putting a price tag on mods. That's not fair to the community surrounding these games, which is a separate issue, which we're not going to get into right now because I want to keep this fun. See, sorry, autistic ran over. My bad. But okay, where do you have your arm? Where do you? You little. You little.
Hey, it's a classic joke for a reason.
Oh, you're so humorous. You're so funny. Ha ha ha.
You're a bunny.
Yeah.
You can be the rabbit to my Pooh Bear. See, I got the...
Yeah, God bless him, he has...
See, I got Pooh Bear right there on my shirt. And I got this on the back.
He's a fan of the whole thing.
Said, nope, not today.
Nope, not today. We ate too much and we're worn out.
Look.
Oh, nice. So we have...
You invited me on here. You knew the risk.
Well, you're going to be on here on semi-regular basis, aren't you? Like once or twice a month we do these.
I'm certainly gonna try.
I know work and college is gonna be hectic, but we'll figure it out. And hopefully have you on Twitch once I figure out the headset situation. My headset is just not working.
Yeah, and hopefully next time the audio won't just abandon us.
Yeah, we started doing one. It was 15 minutes in. We had a whole discussion, and it just died on us. Like, we don't know what the problem was.
It died, and so did our fleeting hopes of that video ever seeing light of day.
You've been in the Shadowlands, haven't you?
I've been in the abyss in Hollow Knight Silk Song. It's very dark down there. Very dark.
But yeah, try I forget the name of the little area in Dark Souls. It's the worst. I feel like in Souls games or Souls-like games, there's going to be a lot of dark areas. That one token annoying area that we just hate. It's just going to be awful. For me, I hate Rayo Lucaria in Elden Ring. It's like that. The sorcerers just hate. There are worse areas, I know, but the sorcerers just spam spells there, and spell spamming, I hate it. It bothers me.
Unless you can do it.
Unless I do it and make the enemy suffer.
It's like, I'm fine until it happens to me.
It's happening to me! It's happening to me! And remember, we run off the edge. And we spent an hour and a half. Tell a story about the giant Pope turtle from Elden Ring.
Oh yes. We were looking for the Church of Vows, with the big Pope turtle there. Trying to find it. I spent forever looking at the map right on there, giving directions for her to find it. And we were at it for like 2 hours.
I can't read a map. It's not my fault.
Yes, so you're relying.
I'm relying on you and Wikipedia and my YouTube videos
and my grand eyesight.
Mine's not much better. We're both disabled, Joseph.
Yes, but you can at least see in front of your face.
Barely. Don't. What is that strange movement? Oh, I know. Ow! Finger, wrong finger.
You had that coming.
Yes, I did. Oh, sorry. But let's see here. I hate Sin's Fortress and DS1. Thank you. I'm not the only one.
There's always that one area.
Thank you, Kamari.
Thank you. And yes, there's always that one an area in a video game that you absolutely hate. For me, in Hollow Knight, it was the White Palace, and in Silk Song, it was the first trip to the Abyss. Because the first trip, you have to use your Silk Sword to climb all the way up through a huge cavern.
You have to double back.
Well, okay. Yeah, you can't use the device that you used to get there down there because it was damaged and wouldn't make the trip back up. Your second trip to the Abyss, you can use it because the guy who lowers you down there, Baldur, worked on it and improved the shell of the thing to improve it to make the trip. But the first time you get back there, you have to go through a huge chasm while avoiding rising lava.
Okay. What about, if I remember correctly, there's a poisoned lake or area you have to cross in one of the Dark Souls game. I can't remember. There's like a bunch of poison. It's a swamp. It's one of them. I can't remember. My memory's bad.
Oh. Is it like that poison area in Dynasty Warriors 5 with the non-Mon tribe, and you can only avoid the poison?
Similar. If you walk on certain areas.
On the logs, or if you ride the elephants.
Oh, we're reaching far back with like the PS2 days. We still have our PS2, and if there was a way to stream PS2 games on here, and there probably is, I just don't have the tech for it. I would, I absolutely would.
Dynasty Warriors 5, that was so cheesy. You know?
It was fun though.
Fun!
We played it for several hours. I'm gonna have to change the title of this to video games and and
Fun but cheesy.
well, better title than that. Just like video games, like podcast one is video
Never
games.
play. It is.
Yes.
Both Hollow Knight and its sequel, Hollow Knight Silk Song, are very crazy. I will also acknowledge that people are right when they say that Silk Song is harder than its predecessor. Because you've got a difference or mainly because of the difference in the protagonist. The knight, the titular, the character in question, and it's not the Hollow Knight. The Hollow Knight is actually an antagonist in the game. And the knight, and that's literally the only name this character is ever called. Its power, it relies.
Just I hate to interrupt you, but that reminds me. When we do get we're getting some collectibles. We'll show them on here on shorts and stuff. He's getting a lot of Silk Song and Hollow Knight stuff.
Like I was saying, the Knight eight and Hornet have two different types of skill sets. Specifically, the Knight falls into the camp of what is called unskilled but strong. It describes a character that has a lot of overwhelming power, but not really a lot of finesse. Overall, the skill set is basic, sick that you can't, sick. You're using a lot of strength, but you're not, but you don't have to necessarily have a lot of skill to utilize.
From what you've seen on Baldur's Gate, who would you say is probably the character to do that?
I don't know. I don't want to say Karlach.
Okay.
She's a berserker.
Okay. Let me amend that. Let me rephrase that. A class in Baldur's Gate or any RPG game that you feel does that for you, like from what you've played. Because I remember me asking that, and the reason I have to rephrase this, you haven't played it. You've seen me play it, but you haven't.
One of the best examples of this trope in any media is the Incredible Hulk. He's got a lot of overwhelming strength, but he's but fighting skills. He's basically a toddler with super strength.
And that question isn't just geared towards him. That's anybody. Like if there's a character in any game that does what he describes, let us know.
But going to Hornet, she falls into the weak but skilled type trope, where she doesn't have a lot of overwhelming power, but what she does have is her fighting skills. Not to mention, a lot of her skills are more varied. In other words, her strength comes from years of experience rather than overwhelming power. So yeah, she's a skill user, and if you're more used to just being a power user, you're probably gonna have a bit more hard time playing as her. Especially since it isn't until she gets the Wanderer crest, which changes up her skill set, that you can do the proper pogo moves to bounce off enemies.
Can we shift back to Baldur's Gate real quick?
All right.
Thank you. We both go on. Well, in my case, Autistic Grant. He does his lore rants, which we both agree we would do on the game. Remember when we play the Silk Song and other stuff, which I am not against us doing. I just want to be able to understand the game more. You have some understanding of D&D and Baldur's Gate because you've seen me do it. You watch Vox Machina and Mighty Nine, which I really need to finish.
It'll just be harder for me to actually do a live stream of that because I am already at the end of Silk Song. I am literally.
What about just Hollow Knight? And we talk about Hollow Knight.
You do realize I'm near the end of that one also. I just haven't played the original in a while.
You can play the original. Am I making you suffer again needlessly? Like, is it this? Let me put it this way: Is it if you were to ask me to play for Dark Souls again and try not to suffer or rage quit? Is that the same thing?
All I
like,
know,
I'm not saying start over again. You can do a new game plus, can't you?
I don't. I am never gonna do Steel Soul mode because that's permadeath mode. I'm never gonna do that.
No, we're not doing permadeath mode. Permadeath was
you
just
don't. You are almost as frustrating as Mr. Mushroom.
Mr. Mushroom.
He's a character who appears. He is one of the few NPCs that appears in both for the games, and it's explained by Hornet that whenever he appears, it means it's a sign of great change. He is a actual mushroom, but he's apparently a much older being than that, possibly implying that this is a form he's taking not to frighten people. But whenever he appears, it's a sign of great change that something's going to happen, and a sign of endings. And whenever there's a sign of endings, it means it's also a sign of beginnings.
By the way, I'm sorry that I cut you off. I wasn't trying to be rude or nasty.
I know,
but it's just like,
but yeah,
when we go like on the deep dive, we can kind of get lost in one topic.
But yeah, that's what happened with him. That's why he only appears near the end of both games, because because his appearance signals an ending. But an ending is just a beginning.
Okay, so we covered that we covered the teddy bear.
Yes.
We covered Clive as an angel.
Yes.
We covered the other stuff we plan on doing.
Yes.
What else have we done?
I'll tell you what we have done. We've gone on for 36 minutes.
Okay, we only wanted this to be like 20 or 25. We kind of got excited, so it's nice to have some people in here and be able to talk with you all. And I didn't see this, Kamari. I apologize. Yes, a PS1 gameplay would be awesome, except I only own the PS2. But I agree with you. Going retro on here and playing older games would be epic.
Well, very interesting topic. And what was the interesting topic?
The different things we had talked about.
We were talking about a lot of things, so I kind of lost the plot.
We lost the plot. We can't find it again. I think we're kind of we're ready to end it now.
Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point.
Yeah, it's a good stopping point. I'm gonna work on finishing the load order later tonight, and possibly tomorrow, and get a Baldur's Gate video out to you by the end of this week, a couple of them. But I don't want to do too much because I will get burned out real quick.
Oh, the mushroom that was in both games is basically...
Oh, yes, the mushroom. Which, now I want to play the games because I love the mushrooms. I do. I love, the different characters.
Well, there actually are mushroom enemies in Hollow Knight. Actual living mushrooms.
I hear mushrooms, I think of Mario.
No, actual living mushrooms. They have this terrafor with the Mantis tribe because they both live in the fungal waste.
A fungal waste. So I swear, if we were okay, an interesting topic we could talk about next time. Crossovers between games. If we could take all the areas from different games, even the ones that all of us hate, chat and us, that would be wild. Can you imagine jumping between Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Silksong, Baldur's Gate 3? It would be mind-numbing with some of the levels.
I don't know. You see,
especially Anti-Ethel's Shack. I love Ethel. Interesting character, good story. I'm not saying that. I get turned around, though. Because I can't see and I have a hard time reading a map.
You see, the thing is, based off of the way everything is in the Hollow Knight verse, the fact that the characters use nails and needles as their weapons, and the fact that the trees are moss and not literal trees and stuff and everything, implies that they are, in fact, actual insect size.
Just like the borrowers again, they're that tiny, Indian in the cupboard level stuff here.
I don't know if it's like that. I don't.
Is it that size? Are we talking puny?
Everybody else is to scale, so it's not really a problem. It's heavily implied, though, that all the characters in the games are bugs. They're bugs. So it could be possible that they are actual bug size.
Oh, 2D Dark Souls like Hollow Knight would be slick. Have you seen the 2-bit gaming channel? I'm gonna put the link in the community post when I find it. But there's somebody that actually makes little 2-bit trailers of that. And that's not an endorsement. I have nothing to do with the channel. I just think it's cool.
We just passed the 40-minute
We just
mark.
passed. Okay, we got to end it now. It's 40 minutes. We're kind of drained, but I will put what I was talking about in the community post. So it's better that you all see it because I can't explain it in words, especially not after the day we've had. It's been long. We're tired. We'll catch you next time, and hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you're at, and later.
Wait. I need to say goodbye, too.
You just go ahead.
Okay? Goodbye! Okay, I'm good.
You're good.